coincide the opening of the first ever convention and show for the Casino Chip and Gaming Tokens Collectors Club. This show is also jam-packed with the pioneers of the chip and check collecting world.
Oh, and there's Travis Lewin. How long have you been waiting for the show?
About 20 years.
Oh, 20 years. How come you're not first in line, Travis?
I was winning money at the slots.
Oh, that's a good reason.
Officially open. Welcome to Las Vegas.
This is Dr. Alan Myers. As with most of the early chip collectors that I know, Alan's roots go back to vintage clay chips and museum quality ivory chips from the 1800s. He has spent hundreds of hours doing chip research. He is also one-third author of The Gaming Table, the Chip and Token Collector's Guide, and one-third author of The Chip Rack, a price guide for chips and checks.
Excellent show.
Excellent show. You going to come back next year if they have it?
With my heels on.
With your heels on. Ready to go.
Absolutely.
Smile. What's your name?
I don't know.
You don't know? You going to come back next year if they have it next year?
Probably. Are you?
Of course. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Is that right?
The best show I've ever been to. Nice display cases.
Thank you.
This is Dale Seymour. He bonded early chip collectors that had no sense of direction with his 285-page book, Antique Gambling Chips. Well, what do you think of the show, Dale?
Good, a good show.
Good show?
Really good show.
If they have it next year, are you going to come back?
Sure, I'll be here. Not as a dealer, though, just as a spectator.
Just as a spectator.
I don't get out to the tables enough to gamble.
Oh!
Tied down too much.
Doing and viewing this video was and is a big thrill for me. With collectors all over the world, some of us will never meet. We now have visual memories of some of the people we deal with, write to, and talk with on the phone. To me, it's the people in this hobby that make it great.
Michael Knapp has done everything possible to promote this hobby. He has researched chips for hour after hour, day after day. He is committed to educating the collector. He has authored many articles on chips, also one-third author of both The Gaming Table and The Chip Rack. And what's he doing here? He's with Gene Grossblatt, trying to work out some kind of private deal. What are you working on?
We're trying to figure out whether we've managed to, how much more we've managed to buy than we've sold. I've had a great time, but it's cost me a lot of money.
What's your evaluation of the show?
I think it's terrific. I've really been surprised.
Terrific. 3 syllables.
3 syllables. Thank you, Bruce. No, I mean, when you think that we sold 200 rooms and didn't think that Archie didn't even think we'd sell our 75 minimum. With all the tables here and the 47 dealers tables, I think it's been a terrific show. It's certainly the largest casino collectibles show ever.
Ernie, would you like to do this show again next year?
Yes, sir. This has been an excellent show, and I didn't make any money. I spent a great deal of money, but I've had a lot of fun.
Well, isn't that what we're here for, is to add to our collections?
Lose money and add to our collections.
Sure.
We have done all of the above.
Hi, I'm Dick Witterman. I live here in Las Vegas. I'm more of a collector than I am a dealer, but this weekend I'm a dealer, I guess.
Anything to say?
We really want to congratulate the officers and others who did such a heck of a good job of putting on this affair. I have some compassion for the amount of work that they must have gone through, and they have my heartfelt appreciation.
I agree with you 100%.
Great.
Bye-bye. When you talk about major chip dealers, Dean Richmond and Jody Soames should be at the top of your list. They know chips and checks inside out. To them, it's a way of life. They have one of the largest stocks of chips, from the common to the hard to find. Their helpful knowledge is unsurpassed. What do you think of the show?
Marvelous show.
Marvelous.
Great success.
The biggest show you think involved with casino collectibles?
It's the biggest little show in Las Vegas.
That sounds like a Reno term to me. Is that where you're from? Where are you from? Oh, Reno. Also one of the biggest dealers. Has just about anything you could possibly want.
You only see the regular ones. Look in the back of the racks.
Go down about 3 in the morning.
And this is Janice O'Neill, club historian and vice president, giving valuable information to any new person who wants any information whatsoever about the club. You can't begin to count the hours she has put into the club and the casino chip and token news. She does the chips and tokens update and handles all of the promotional items that the Casino Chip and Gaming Tokens Collectors Club has for sale. Do you think you would be interested in participating again next year?
Of course.
Of course.
It's been a great show.
How many new members?
30 or better?
Lots of people come through the door. Did anybody do a head count of people coming through the
I
door?
hope so. I haven't been able to get out there to find out.
Okay. Thanks for all the hard work, Janice. There's C.T. Rogers sitting right there.
That's live?
What a selection of chips. As I said at the Bellflower Show, one of the biggest casino collectible dealers around, and CT said he lost a little weight lately. What do you think? Same size?
Who are you showing this to?
Oh yes. You're a star.
No problem.
You have a cult following.
I don't believe that.
Yes, you do. From Las Vegas. What do you think of the show? Do you think it's everything you expected or more? And more. Do you think this is going to be an annual event?
Oh, no doubt about it.
No doubt at all. More than happy to give valuable information to any type of collector whatsoever.
That's it.
Stan, how are you doing?
I'm doing just fine, Steve.
Has this show been up to all your expectations?
Well, all except for meeting you.
Do you think you'd come again next year?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Fun show, isn't it?
It is. Tell your sons that they missed a lot of fun.
I will. They're going to try and book it for next year.
Okay, great.
See you later.
Okay.
Doug Saito is one of the most well-known chip dealers. He has the necessary skills and a dedication to gaming history that allows him to produce the highly educational chip collecting publication he calls Chip Chat. With well over 1,000 articles about chips and Chip Chat, Doug has what some collectors call Doug Dust. With his vast gaming knowledge and research, all he has to do is sprinkle a little Doug Dust on any chip he writes about in Chip Chat, and the gaming legends come to life. This is the one and only Walter Derzolitis. To my knowledge, he has been in more global casinos than any chip collector on the planet Earth. He is a very strong historian on Nevada casinos and chips. The largest selection of global chips is always found at Walter's table. Do you have it set up so it can be played?
Yes, I do.
Is that plus shipping?
That's correct, plus shipping.
Or are you going to deliver it personally?
I'll help you carry it down the stairs in my condo, that's it.
And that's about it?
That's about it. It comes with a little shopping basket you give when you go to the grocery store. They shrink them into that, and that makes up the, that goes over to you, and they dump it out, and you have racks, and that's what those chips do. It's called flash picking. If you ever get down, it's kind of fun to play. Wait for a little while. I did buy one of them down in Delaware. But I was down in Florida in February, so I made it around.
And here's John Rosie. How do you like the show, John?
It's great.
Great?
A lot of chips. Chips for everybody.
Do you think chips are kind of like the new thing where collectors are really getting serious about them?
Oh, I think so. They're inexpensive and a lot of them out there.
Do you have a favorite place that you collect chips from?
Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe is a great
Pre-1960.
Pre-1960
Like
Lake
Dopey Normans, you know what those are?
Oh, Dopey Normans. Okay, John, hope to see you next year.
See you later.
Bye. Hi.
Hi, I'm Ken Fish from Denver, Colorado. My wife Sarah. That's great. That's great. Anything you want, we got it. That's from Colorado, we have it.
I also went by the Chip of the Year. Is this a Chip of the Year plaque?
Yes, it is. We're going to take it back to Lola Bell's Casino and present it to the owner when we get back to Colorado. That was decided upon by the membership.
Through a vote. Thank you very much. Hope to see you next year.
All right. Bye.
This is Phil Jensen. He is one of the early chip collectors to dedicate a large part of his life to casino history and chip collecting. He is a contributor to many early articles and publications on casinos and gaming history. Phil would often travel to any place in Nevada just to add a few chips to his collection. He put over 200,000 miles on a brand new 1969 Chevy pickup visiting casinos for their history and chip collecting. And this is Henry Garrett from California.
Hi, folks.
Did you come to Las Vegas just for the show?
Yes, I did.
What do you think? Worth doing next year?
I'll come back next year. Everybody meet in the same place, same time. Let's do it again.
Do you specialize in any sort of chip or token? Any specific area?
Caribbean, Nevada, California.
What's your most favorite chip?
Oh, there's too many.
Too many. You don't have one single favorite chip?
No, wouldn't want to make the other ones turn out to be second place. Too many favorites.
And who do we have here?
I'm Abram Eskin from Colorado, and I specialize in Colorado collecting and boat sales.
Has there been a lot of interest in that today or over the last 2 days?
Absolutely. Just a ton of interest in Colorado.
And naturally, you're both club members?
Yes.
And what do you think about the club?
The club is, I'm very grateful to these people for putting everything together. We have had a lot of fun, and I've met a lot of people that are doing exactly what I've been doing for several years, and we had a lot of fun. And if it weren't for the club, they wouldn't have brought us all together, and I think they may have even started a new hobby.
I agree with you 100%. Bye.
We're Dottie and Dewey Reed from Campbell, California.
Hi.
We collect tokens.
Tokens. Did you come to Las Vegas just for the show?
Yes.
And what was your expectations?
This is bigger than my expectations.
Bigger than your expectations. Do you think if this turns into an annual event, you'd come back again?
Yes.
Do you have a favorite token? Out of all the tokens you've seen and collect, is there one that sticks out in your mind as your favorite?
Sure.
What is it?
1971 Caesar's Palace 50-cent token, Welling's Mint.
And do you have one of those in your collection?
Yes. It's extremely rare.
Extremely rare. All right, hope to see you next year.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, Chuck DeMarcio from Atlantic City, here with my partner.
Michael Rometta from Atlantic City with the Casino Chip and Token Bank.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah, we might as well zoom in on that one.
And I understand you're the new treasurer?
I am the new treasurer, and they didn't waste any time. I'm inundated with taking monies in.
How do you think the show turned out?
This is for a first-time show in any collectibles. This is the most phenomenal I've ever that you could imagine. It's really a beautiful setup, beautiful turnout, and a beautiful show.
Are the wheels turning to make this an annual event?
I think it's a given. I think it's a lot.
What do you think of the show?
Super. Great. I wish we had another one tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
No, actually, about next month. I need a little
You need a month to recuperate.
Yeah, to go home and restock my boxes of chips there.
James Campilia has been a major contributor to the advancement of quality chip collecting. His knowledge of casino history is highly detailed. James co-authored with Steve Wells the official U.S. Casino Chip Price Guide. Many gaming locations are listed: Nevada, Colorado, Deadwood, Atlantic City, and even the 6 riverboat states.
All the friends of mine that I've been dealing with through the mail for the last 5 years, it's been super.
Do you have a favorite chip?
Bugsy Siegel chips.
Do you have one in your collection?
I think I have one of the best collections of the Bugsy chips, yeah. I got the 5 and the 25 without a hole, and the different molds and everything. Yeah, I think I have pretty close to, but I need the $100 one, so if anybody's got the $100 with the flamingo birds, I need that one.
C. James, huh?
C. James.
Of course.
I'll do all the shows, this and any show they have.
And this is Mark B. Weiser?
That's me.
Like Johnny B. Good?
It'll work.
And where are you from?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. So this is a hometown event for you.
Right. And we'll return. If the convention comes back here, I'll set up again.
So what do you think about the show?
I think it's a great show. Everybody that put the time and effort into getting it ready has done a pretty good job.
So what type of collectible do you collect, or is it a little bit of anything that's gaming orientated?
I collect Vegas area. Match covers, postcards, casino chips and tokens, the keychains. I've got over 5,000, about 5,300 Vegas area postcards. The earliest one going back to 1903.
Do you have a favorite casino that you prefer the collectibles from?
At this point, no, because going after all the older stuff, trying to keep it in a good perspective, everything's about equal for me.
All right, hope to see you next year.
I hope to be here.
And here we have Mr. Dice.
Yeah.
Bo, what's your last name?
Macha.
Okay, and your specialty is casino dice.
Southern Nevada.
All in Nevada, or do you?
Well, I got them all over the world, but I really like Southern Nevada the best.
Southern Nevada.
like these. It's saying New Pioneer Club on them. Instead of just the Pioneer Club, which you find, you never see them that say New Pioneer Club.
So do you have a favorite pair of dice that...
I have a couple favorite singles. I have a single from the 91 Club that was on the strip in the late 30s, and I have a single from the Northern Club that was downtown Las Vegas.
If you could only keep one pair of dice or one die and had to get rid of your entire collection, what die would you keep or dice?
I'd keep the 91 Club and get rid of everything else.
Bye. And who do we have here?
Robert Eisenstadt Chip Man.
Where are you located?
In Brooklyn, New York.
And what's your specialty?
Old antiques, old women and old chips. Antique clay poker chips, and then antique ivory chips, and finally casino chips. And lastly, Chipco chips.
Is that Bob Eisenstadt from New York? The Bob?
I think it is.
One and only.
Well, do you think it was worth the distance to travel for this show?
Yes, I sold quite a lot of ivory chips.
Do you think that you would return next year if this isn't an annual event?
Only if I have an inventory to sell of ivory chips or gambling antiques. I came here mainly to sell the ivories and also to meet the people I've been trading with and selling with. People on the left coast, as they say.
On the left coast?
Yes.
All right, hope to see you next year.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hasta luego.
What do you think of the show?
I think all the credit goes to Archie for doing something outstanding. This is an event that we can't ever copy because it's the first annual. But I think next year we'll take a few wrinkles out of it and we'll just make it better and better. You got Archie, you got Janice and Jerry, you got Michael, you got the whole group of people. It's fantastic. And I know, Steve, I can speak for you. I mean, wouldn't have missed it for the world. It's fantastic.
Great. So total support in the years to come, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, see you next year.
You got it.
Bye. This is Archie Black, president of the club and editor of the newsletter. In my opinion, he is Mr. Chips, the captain of the chip collecting rocket. In the mid-1980s, he was the Atlantic City correspondent for Almo's magazine, Casino and Gaming Chips. It ended in October 1987. In January of 1988, Archie's own effort was mailed out, Volume 1, Number 1, the Atlantic City Chip and Token Newsletter. From that beginning, we now have a club with well over 1,000 paid members and a newsletter that has reached over 70 pages. In my early years of chip collecting, it was very hard to find another collector. Everyone thought they were the only one. Archie and the club officers have made it possible for chip collectors to unite, educate themselves, and enjoy every aspect of the chip collecting hobby. Oh, and here's the president of the club. Oh, look at that wad there. Oh, holy smokes.
I just split everything with the treasure.
Sure. Have you had a chance to buy any chips?
No, I've been busy hitting jackpots out on the floor.
Oh, well, you know.
And paid ones.
You might as well get the money.
That's right, Steve.
It must be the best part of the show, isn't it?
This is actually the part that we enjoy most, packing up, hauling the stuff out in the hot sunshine.
The part I like this is when the Brinks truck rolls in to take the money.
We're taking more home than we brought.
Well, at least you have a nice inventory for next year. Hi, I am Steve Paslock with TDS Antique Gambling Chips, and I've enjoyed this show immensely. This is one of the finest casino chip collecting shows I've ever been to in my life. I don't think there's been a bigger one in the world. And I hope if you didn't make it this time, you get out here next year. Well, it's exceeded everyone's expectations. You can't miss it. Thanks. And there you have it, the end of a wonderful two-day show and convention at the Aladdin Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. But wait, there's more to come. The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat in the first ever live auction
hosted by the Casino Chip and Gaming Tokens Collectors Club. It was a night to remember.
What we're trying to do is we're a club. We're all friends. We're not going to have any fights at any auctions. I've seen it. It's unbelievable. Let's very quickly go over the quote-unquote rules. If I can get something asked, but we want to try to finish the rules in 5 minutes. It really is pretty simple.
Okay, as Bruce has told you, the lots will go to the highest bidder. We have just a few lots that have reserves on them. As he also said, you can leave anytime you want to, but I've been to a lot of these type of things, collector things, and it seems like if people leave, the good buys come up later on, so I'd recommend that you stay. If you want to get up, go get a cocktail or a beer, please feel free to do so, because believe me, the more you drink, the better I'm going to sound. Okay, if no one else has any questions, we'll start with lot number 1. Lot number 1 is a Love and Leeds chip from Las Vegas. It's red. It's a $1 chip.
$14.
Looks like it's in good shape. Okay, bid in a $14 now 15. $14 now 15 now 15 now 15 now 14 now 15. $14 now bid divide. You want $21? Sold it to you, sir. $20. Your number. $20 now 25. You're 25. 22 and a half. Now 25. 25. Now 27 and a half. You want 27 and a half? You want 27 and a half, sir? 30. You want 30? I made 27 and a half, now $30. Bid divide. You want $30 now? $30 now for your own time? Sold it to you. $27.50. Your number. I think that's probably a good buy. $20 now 25. $25, sir. You want 25? 25 here. 25 now 30. You want 30 now 35. $35, 35, 35. I'm bid 30 back in. 35 now 40. You're out, sir. 35 way in the back. I need $40. Anybody want to bid 40? I need to sell 30 now 45. You're out, sir. 45. I bid 40 right down here. I got 40 right down here. So I got 45. Bid buy. You want 45? Sold it to you, sir. 41, 41, 40. You ready? 140. I bid 130 now 140. 135. All through all down at 130. You bought it, sir. Lot number 85. $130 your number. Next will be number 194. Buffalo Mingo. Bugsy's Hotel. Has a little hole in it. It's a brown and yellow $5 little hole at the top. Not hardly noticeable, but a lovely, lovely piece. Really nice. Okay, do I have any mail order on this one? 6. I don't believe we'll take that, sir. Who wants to give a $100 bill?
I'll go ahead.
I'm 100 here, 100 and a quarter. You want 100 and a quarter? 100 and a quarter? Thank you, man. Now 100 and a half. I made 100 and a quarter right here, 100 and a half, now 175. 175 now 2. Now $200 now to buy 1 2. You're out. 180? Why didn't I think of that? 180 now 185. 185, 190. 190 in the back. You want 185? 185, now 200. Now 205. You want 205, sir? 205, now 210. 210, sir, your turn. 210, 215, 220. You want 220 in the back? 220. Say down 305. 305, 305. All they're all done? Don't say no, you don't need it. $300. A very, very nice piece.
I must say, first of all, on behalf of everyone, thank you very much. I want you to say this fellow here, Jim Cruz, the club member, has done a job that's beyond description. I'd like you all to give a round of applause.
Okay, new tape. We're starting all over. And tell me what you thought about this weekend after it's long. Are you still awake?
The show sucked.
It did, huh?
Well, wipe that out.
You looked a little ragged.
I am a little ragged.
How come?
My hiney's close to the ground here. It was a wonderful weekend. It exceeded my expectations.
Okay, are we over? Is this the end of the weekend?
Weekend is done. See you all in '94.